Hey cousins, welcome back to Cooking with Hannah Soul. On this week's episode, we are going to be making a family favorite. I'm talking about my creamy chicken marsala. Trust me on this. Pair it with a good roasted garlic mash and some garlic butter green beans and you got yourself a good old meal. But before we jump right into it, let me give you time to hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell. All right, now let's jump right on in. We are going to be taking one shallot and we are going to finely dice it. So now that we got our shallots all cut up, we're just going to put them inside of a little bowl and toss them to the side for later. But we're going to take 4 cloves of fresh garlic and we're going to do the same. Now, as always, guys, if you already have the store-bought refrigerated already minced garlic, you can use that as well. I personally just prefer fresh garlic. So as we're chopping our garlic, guys, the easiest way for me is to thinly slice it first before I start to dice and mince it. And I was not holding my knife correctly. I had to switch it up, you know, just in case Gordon or Guy is watching this. Or even my favorite chef from back home, Miss Chef Lovely. Hey, y'all. Now that our garlic is all chopped up, we're going to go ahead and toss it in a bowl and toss it to the side for later. And then we're going to go ahead and chop some fresh parsley. And of course, as always, if you have the already dried parsley at home, you can always use that as well. So now we have all of our vegetables and ingredients chopped up. Let's go ahead and get started with our chicken. Now, every time I buy chicken breasts, these baby girls are on swole. I mean, they fat. You know what? They thick. So what I always do is I take our chicken breasts and I slice them in half. So I butterfly them. This creates 2-in-1 basically. So you get double the amount for the same cost. Once you're done with your chicken, go ahead and make your flour mixture. You're going to be combining 2 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, and about 1.5 teaspoons of salt. Make sure you completely combine your flour mixture and make sure the seasonings aren't all on the top. And then we're just going to take our chicken breast and we're going to dredge it in this flour and set it to the side so we can get started with cooking. I promise I was trying to be neat and use that fork, but it was getting on my nerves, y'all. So I'm going to go ahead and use my hands. And we're just going to complete this process with the rest of our chicken. We are lightly coating this so you don't have to press in like we do on our other videos. But now we're ready to get it started. In our skillet, I'm using a cast iron, which is the best for this recipe. We are combining 3 tablespoons of olive oil and 6 tablespoons of butter. So it's always going to be a 1 to 2. So depending on how much chicken you need to fry up, you use 1 tablespoon of olive oil. You're only going to use 2 tablespoons of butter. But once it gets all bubbly and melted, we're going to go ahead and add our chicken in. And I have this over medium-high heat. So guys, we really just want our baby girls to get to a nice, pretty sun-kissed golden complexion on each side. So we're going to be cooking for about 3 to 4 minutes on each side because we're not trying to get them completely cooked. We're going to toss them into that Marsala sauce at the end and let them finish up. Now, once all of our chicken is cooked, we're going to toss in a pound of mushrooms. You can omit mushrooms if you're allergic, but it does amp up the flavor, and I'm not even a mushroom girl. So we are going to also season these with a little bit of salt and pepper. And then we're just going to completely let them simmer down for about 1 to 2 minutes. Then we're going to toss in those shallots and garlic from earlier. And we're going to cook those down until they get a little translucent. So no more than 1 to 2 minutes because we do not want it to burn. Y'all know that look good, and your kitchen should be smelling oh so good right about now. But now it's time to go ahead and get our wet mixtures added. So we're adding in 4 cups of chicken broth and about 1/4 and 3/4 cup of our Marsala wine. As always, whenever you add wine into a recipe, we want it to reduce. So we are letting this reduce by half over medium-high heat before we go ahead and amp up the flavors and go to the next step. All right, so our skillet looks like it's telling us that it has reduced by half. You can see where you started. We are now going to toss in a cup of heavy cream, and we're going to return our baby girls to it so that they can simmer in that sauce, get all of that flavor, and thicken up. So guys, we're going to leave our sauce bubbling over medium-high heat for about 7 minutes. As it begins to thicken, the color will change and the sauce will look so good around that chicken. We're just going to toss it with some fresh parsley. And guys, guess what? We are done. As I stated earlier, you can really plate this with just about anything, but it is best over some roasted garlic mashed potatoes and some garlic butter green beans. As always, guys, I had such an amazing time making this video. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can meet me here every Thursday when I drop a new video. And as always, success is your birthright. And I want you to go out there and get it. Until next Thursday, Soul Family.